Alright guys, it's October 1st, Monday. This is bow opener here in Michigan. I hunted this morning, it was pretty wet. I sat in a timber lot on the farm over here. Today I decided to come in here and sit on some food. The idea is hopefully the rain kept them down and they're going to be in looking for some food. It's about 4:30 right now. I haven't done too much homework on this spot. I know I have a lot of deer in here. I have a big CRP field off to my right, then off to my left. Over here, I'll show you in a second, my about 20-acre sanctuary. I believe it's going to be a good spot. It's just a matter of if the deer show up. Alright guys, it's October 2nd. It's about 4:45. It's the evening hunt. It finally quit raining around here. I decided to slip out into my stand. Tonight, with the wind coming from the northwest, blowing over my shoulder here, I opted to hunt a public land set that I put out earlier this year. No real stands on the farm for this type of wind. I just set the stand out a couple weeks ago and put the camera out. Last year this spot was fantastic. Multiple shooter bucks in the area. One probably grossing almost 160 inches, somewhere in there. Just a giant. This year, I don't know. I don't know what's up. Something's changed. I don't have too much mature buck sign in here. That's why I haven't really hunted it or had hopes to hunt it this year. I don't know, I got a scrape out in front of me. We'll see what happens. Anything could happen, really, especially on public land. So, stick with me and let's hope for the best. So I just wanted to take this time, it's about 5 o'clock now, to briefly talk about my setup. As I said before, the wind's coming from northwest, kind of blowing into my face, going back behind me over here. I have a big swamp out in front of me, and I'm sitting on this point, and right here they come up on the dry land. They come right down in front of me here, and then usually they'll head off over my right shoulder, heading back to a big oak flat behind me. There's a lot of managed properties right around this piece, and like I said, I've had mature buck sightings in here. I've even had a couple pictures of some true legends in daylight in this area. This year, nothing really so far, nothing preseason, but that could all change. The rain may have had them hunkered down for the earlier part of this season, and I don't know, but we'll see. Anything could happen in here. It's public land. I actually walked past somebody's tree stand. It's right behind me, about 60 yards. So somebody else thought this was a good spot too. That may be what changed. Maybe there's too much pressure in here now. They must have hung it just after I hung my set. Luckily they didn't pull my stand, and I still have my camera down in front of me, so that's good. But let's see what happens tonight. Seems like a decent night. Oh, that was really cool. I didn't record it, but I put a couple contact grunts out with my Primo's game call. Just a few short grunts. Some social grunts, stuff like that. He came right into that. Did not expect that one bit. I might do that a little later on and see what else I can bring in. That was cool. Alright guys, it's about 6 o'clock now. About 45 minutes after I did some social grunts, had that 6-point come in. I'm going to try to do a few more. The rain's starting to pick up. Nothing on the radar, so I think it's just a passing cloud. Maybe we'll call something bigger in this time. Got my Primo's grunt call. Put it on a young buck setting. Gonna give it a few grunts and we'll see if anything comes in. I'm gonna start off real quiet. Alright guys, it's October 4th. It's about 5:30 in the afternoon. I'm sitting in a gun blind today. The wind is coming out of predominantly the north. It's an okay wind for the spot. I'm hoping my scent kind of stays in the blind here. As I've stated before, I don't have a good spot really for a north wind on my farm. I didn't want to go to public land. There's just too much activity with all the other hunters out there right now. This setup sits down. I got a creek about 100 yards down in front of me. They'll come off of that and they come right up into the food plot I have down in front of me here. I have bedding to my west, I have bedding to my east, and I pretty much access right off my woods, my little lot of woods here, and I go right up to the road. It's pretty hard to get back here. I've had a couple mature bucks on this plot. Nothing recently. And this is more of an observation sit, but things can happen real fast. I might end up shooting a doe tonight if I get a good mature doe in here, but we'll see. So stick with me and let's hope for the best. Alright guys, it's October 7th, Sunday. This is the evening hunt. It's about 4 p.m. If I don't shoot anything tonight, then the first week got skunked. We had a lot of rain, as you may know, and the weather was pretty warm. Had a couple dips, and on those dips I went out. I think most of the mature bucks are stuck away in the corn still. It was looking like it was going to be taken off pretty early, but unfortunately with the rain, it's kept the farmers out of the fields. So that's where I believe most of the mature bucks are. I have a couple pictures of some 2.5-year-olds. Nothing what I'm looking to shoot. Probably 80-inch deer somewhere in there. Like I said, if I don't get anything tonight, then we kind of got skunked for the week. No big deal. Plenty of season left and some better days to come. Today I'm back on the public land track. If you remember, I said I had that swamp in front of me, the acorns behind me. The activity's picked up in here recently. Nothing looking too mature, but you know, activity jumped up and bad wind for the farm. I'm surprised the wind has consistently stayed out of the primarily northeast. Usually it just doesn't do that. But we're going to make best with what we have, and we're going to give it a shot out here today, and very well could be the day we put a big buck down. So stick with me and let's see what happens. Alright guys, it's about 6:45. I did some social grunts earlier, nothing responded. Haven't seen much. Just a bunch of birds, as you probably can hear in the background. Today we'll conclude the week-long episode. So if we don't shoot anything here in the next probably 20 minutes or so, then that'll be it for the first week. Starting tomorrow, we'll start week 2, and then we'll go until next Sunday again with the episodes. Like I said, you know, sometimes the cards lay that way. Had a lot of rain, had a lot of warm days, and just got skunked. It happens to the best of us. Hopefully something shows up here soon. If not, then hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Mid-Michigan Whitetails 2018 bow season, and stick with us, and let's hope for better things to come.